Happy Friday, you guys, and welcome back to the Girlies Guide for Surviving College Football Season. This is where I'm breaking down each week's game so that you know when and when not to bother your significant other for every Saturday in the fall. Now, before we get into it today, we are going to be introducing a new ranking system, so let's get into that first. We're going to be rating each viewing time on a scale of 1 to 5. 1. This means that unless his actual favorite team is playing, you're good to make plans, you're good to be out and about. He probably won't care that much, and if he does, he can just look at updates on Twitter. 2. This means that there are a few big games that you should probably be there for, but you could run a few errands during this time. He'd probably be okay to watch on his phone as long as he can come back to the TV eventually. 3. This means that if there are errands to be run, make sure you do them before or after the game. And it's okay to go out in public, but if you are going out in public, just make sure there's going to be a TV for him to watch because he's going to want to watch some of the games. 4. This means that you need to plan your day very thoughtfully. He's going to be sat in front of at least one TV, and he'll probably only be able to carry on a conversation during the commercial breaks. Now, if he does need 2 screens during this time, it's fine for him to have one TV and then the other screen be on his phone. And then lastly, 5. This means make no attempt to bother him whatsoever. He will need at least 2 TVs, and he won't be able to carry on a conversation, even during commercial breaks. The only time you'll probably ever really hear from him is if he's yelling at the TV. All right, now that we've got that covered, let's get into this week's games. First things first, at 12 p.m. Eastern and 11 a.m. Central, Vanderbilt is playing LSU. Both teams are a little overrated, but it should be fun. You might enjoy watching this one because unless those are his teams, it's kind of low stakes. This time slot gets a 1. Then at 3:30 Eastern, 2:30 Central, Georgia is playing Ole Miss. Now, Ole Miss did struggle with Washington State last week, but who knows? Crazier things have happened, so it might be an interesting one to watch. This time slot gets a 2. And then lastly, at 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central, we have 3 big games going on. Alabama's playing Tennessee. This is a huge rivalry game. Now, Alabama has been on a little bit of a roll lately, but Tennessee winning this game would go a really long way for them to make the playoffs, so everyone's going to be locked into this game. Also happening, Notre Dame is playing USC. This is probably going to be the most interesting game of the week. USC is coming off of a big win against Michigan last week, and Notre Dame has been on a roll since losing 2 straight games at the very beginning of the season. This is a must-win for Notre Dame if they want to make the playoffs. However, if USC wins this, it could catapult them into being a Big Ten contender and a playoff team. And then lastly, BYU is playing Utah. This is what they call the Holy War game. Everyone is just saying that because there's going to be a lot of Mormons and a lot of fun. He's going to want to watch this one. This time slot gets a 4. That's it for this week, girls. You have everything you need to know going into tomorrow, and I'll see you next week.